In the start of this movie, we see a best doctor whose name was Fisher. He suicides by jumping from his office building, his all records destroyed by itself. In the next scene of the movie, we see another doctor whose name was Dr. James. He was going for visiting a very big criminal, who has done many murders and crimes. Now he is going to be hanged, but there are some issues in his behavior. Sometimes he behaves like a mental person. So Dr. James is going to meet with him for knowing his issue. Another doctor tells him that the criminal is very clever, so be careful while talking with him. Dr. James tells him that he should not to be worried. He will try to understand his issue. Dr. James talks with the criminal, but here one thing that was very surprising. That is, criminal already knows about the background of the Dr. James. Doctor takes it normal, because he was very popular. Criminal tells him that he wants to die and he is not human. He is a demon. Today he will kill 3 peoples. Dr. James was not believing on him. Actually, the name of the criminal was Edward. A demon was in the body of Edward. Edward was doing crimes because of that demon. He tells the Dr. James that he had died Dr. Fisher. Before Dr. James, Dr. Fisher was treating that criminal. Edward tells Doctor that he killed Dr. Fisher because he did not like him. Edward calls Dr. James with his nickname. Dr. James gets very angry and says him that don't call me with this name. My mother called me with this name. You can't do this. Edward says Dr. James that you should also call me with my real name, and my real name is Nefarious. I have killed many peoples that you cannot count. Dr. James understands that he is joking. He says to Edward that you have very less time left, so please now be serious. Edward says him that I am serious. I work for God of Demons. I am also one of them. We are fighting from God. So, we want to kill all humans? Dr. James says him that if you are a demon, not human, then do you have any evidence of this? Edward says that yes, I can give you proof. Today I will kill 3 persons in front of you and you will not be able to save them. Dr. James was not understanding the issue, so he calls a priest to talk with him. Priest comes and start talking with him. Nefarious gets very angry and he starts shouting on the priest. Actually, Nefarious was very powerful. He says to the priest that you have no powers for fighting with me, so please go from there. When priest goes from there, then Dr. James comes here again to talk with Nefarious. He asks from Nefarious that what he wants. Nefarious tells him that he should write a book on him and demons. He should also share the book with other peoples for telling them about Nefarious, so that everyone can know about them. Nefarious tells him that his wife is in hospital for checkup. Dr. James gets very surprised after hearing this. He was thinking that how can Nefarious know about his personal life? When he asks from him, then Nefarious tells him that I was keeping an eye on you when you was very little because I knew that you are very intelligent and you can do our work. He goes from there and tries to talk with his wife. Then he gets to know that his wife is in hospital for checkup. Now he starts believing on Nefarious. He meets with the other doctor and tells him the whole situation. Doctor says him that he has very less time left to decide. Dr. James comes back to talk with Nefarious. For some time Nefarious goes from the body of Edward, then he weeps a lot and he tells Dr. James that I don't want to die. Please save me. I have not killed any person and I did not do any crime, so please help me. It is Nefarious who is doing all this. He is only using me for his benefit. When the time of punishment comes, then he goes out from my body and leaves me alone for punishment. After some time, Nefarious again comes in the body of Edward. He says to the Dr. James that now he has no need of Edward. He wants another body. He also says that he wants to come in the body of Dr. James. He gives permission to Nefarious to come in his body. He waits for some time, but Nefarious does not come in his body. A person comes to Dr. James for calling him out. When Dr. James comes out, then other doctor shows him a book who was about Dr. James. All the details from his birth were written in this book. Dr. James goes to talk with Nefarious and asks from him that what is this? Here Nefarious tells him that he even and write a book about us. Dr. James starts shouting on him then. Nefarious holds Dr. James' neck and tries to kill him. Some soldiers come here for saving Dr. James. Doctor was very upset and he makes a report, in which he says that Edward is normal and punishment should be given to him. After that, soldiers take Edward out for giving him punishment. Edward dies and Nefarious comes out from his body and goes into the body of Dr. James. Because of that, Dr. James takes out the gun and start killing people. In the next scene, we see the time after 1 year in which Dr. James was telling to the other person that he has written a book on Nefarious, and here movie ends. If you like this video, then please like and subscribe for watching more videos like this.